Oh,
I see the kitty cat wants to make a guest appearance on the show.
oh yes. She's needed today. Usually she's hiding, and so lately she's been a little bit more sociable. So
And
I
now,
figured might as well.
yeah, there you go. She's like all up in there. Look at that. All right. Well, we are here for season 2, episode 1. If you would go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
My name is Kate, or Y2Kate. I am a semi-variety streamer. I play a little bit of everything except for most shooter games. Um, and yeah, I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays.
All right. So you know how this goes. How would you define motivation, or what does motivation mean to you?
To me, motivation is just something that it makes me feel positive about what I'm doing, and it it's hard to come by a lot of the time. But if I can find something that will better how I feel about myself, or like something I'm actively doing, I consider a lot of things to be motivation.
Cool, cool, cool. All right. So when did you start gaming? When was your first like, oh, I want to do this. I'm going to enjoy gaming.
Let's see what it was. I mean, like, I've always had an interest in gaming, but not the funding to get
Yeah.
anything to game off of. So it wasn't until like 2019, I think it was, I got a PlayStation, and me and my husband were playing like Need for Speed, GTA, a lot of Fortnite, and like games of that kind of manner.
Yeah.
If it was, you know, if it was something that I could get lost in for hours, I would. So it was like middle to end of 2019 that I started gaming, and then to want to make it more of like a to do the streaming and to make it kind of a career in a sense was last year, not 2022. There we
Yeah.
go. In September, when I realized how much time I was actually spending at home and everything, and how much free time I had. I was like, you know what? Let me try streaming, because if I'm gonna be gaming anyways, I might
Yeah.
as well make a show out of it, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the main things I thought too. Is like I play games. I mean, nobody shows up. It's no different than me sitting in my room playing anyway. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Exactly.
might as well just see what happens.
Yeah.
Um, so was there anybody you were kind of watching to kind of get you into streaming, or was it kind of just like I think I'm gonna do this kind of thing?
My buddy Frank started streaming, and he had already built up a platform um prior to, so like he had a relatively larger audience going into streaming, and then he introduced me to a couple other friends that were streaming. I was like, you know what, you guys, this seems fun. And then within a couple months, I found Haley, and she's like, I don't want to say a lot of my drive, because I do this for myself, but like
Yeah.
seeing how she does things and the fun that she has with it, I was like, you know what, I need, yeah, we're gonna really dive into this. Because before it was just like, I'm gonna play video games, and if there's people to talk to, then so be it. But
Yeah. Yeah, definitely after seeing like so many different people and just seeing how fun streaming can be, I think it helps a lot too. Just seeing all the different things people have in their stream, is a lot of help too.
yeah,
Um, so let's talk respawn recruits.
okay.
This was your first year, correct?
Yes, I had like I knew about Respawn prior to, but I didn't know that they did partner challenges and like partnerships in general.
Yeah.
Um, so then I think excuse me, it was like a week or two before their like the cutoff or something like that, and Haley was discussing it and asked me specifically if I was going to be doing it. I was like, I don't know, like I don't have that big of a following. Like I'm a nobody essentially.
Yeah.
And she goes, no, do it. Trust me, do it. You're gonna make great connections. It is a blast. Whether you make it or not, it is a blast to just do it. So I was like, okay. So I signed up on the very last day.
So what would you say motivated you the most to kind of go through recruits?
Um, Mostly just the idea of being able to get my name out there a little more and making connections with people, and like gaining the friendships through like having the connections with people that are going through the same exact thing, and like people to bounce ideas off of. Just mostly the friendships.
So, what was your favorite part of recruits?
Oh, having to do any of the collabs. Because I mean, I know that was a lot of what was done up until like top 50 for me.
Yeah.
Um, but it pushed me out of my comfort zone just enough to where, like, yes, I felt uncomfortable at first, but I really enjoyed it, and it was something that I have continued to do. Not just okay, I'm doing this because I have to, but then I'm done. So I that was my favorite part, is just being able to work with people and like see
Yeah.
the creativity that could actually be.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing is like people think this is one of those competitions where it's, push each other, push it to the bone, we're going to backstab and blah, 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 but that's not Respawn
Yeah.
Recruits. Recruits is literally all about networking. It's just trying to meet new people and things like communicating and doing all those different collabs, which I think is very cool.
Yeah.
Because you just meet people you don't think you just find like-minded people that you don't think are actually like in the same thing as you. Like
Exactly.
the Breakfast Club. I would have never thought to hang out with like Culp and Zeld until we actually played Pummel Party and we were all dying
Right.
laughing. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
things like that kind of just make it so much better and just make it a lot of, more friends than anything.
Yeah.
What would you say was your least favorite part of recruits?
Um, getting cut. I mean, overall, like, I liked keeping busy, and because I had like the challenges that you had to do by each week, it kept me on a little bit more of a schedule and kept me thinking about what to do next.
Yeah.
Now that, like, after I got cut, I was like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I wanted to just stop. Not in a matter of like quitting because I didn't get what I want or anything. It was
Yeah.
because I like being told, hey, and like you got to start doing things like this, or here's a challenge for you. I like that kind of stuff, because otherwise there's not a thought in my brain. I just
Absolutely.
exist.
Trust me, I feel the same way. It was literally the week after recruits, and we're all sitting in the partner chat, and we're like, "Well, what do we do now?" We're all like yelling at Tyler. We're like, "Tyler, even though we're partners, give us a challenge. Like, give us something to do. Like, we don't
Yeah,
know what to do."
yeah.
Uh,
I liked keeping busy.
yeah, definitely. It definitely pushed you to do things you didn't think you were able to do. Like, if you never
Yeah,
edited a YouTube video before, you learned how to do that. Things like that.
I learned a
Uh,
lot of things.
so with this hypothetical Respawn invitational that we got going on, how are you gonna approach this different than you did the first recruits?
I feel like it's kind of hard to say because I'm not entirely sure. I love working with people and doing things together. Like, I prefer to game with friends, but I also feel like in order to make myself stand out more, I need to do more individually, which is going to be tricky because I prefer doing
Yeah,
things with people. So I've been doing a little bit of research, watching a lot of other creators and seeing how they tackle things to like try to figure out how I'm doing anything hypothetically.
hypothetically, absolutely. We don't know if it's for sure. We don't know what's going on.
Exactly.
Hypothetical.
Hypothetical.
I think it'll be fun. I think if this actually happens, I think it'll be a good thing for everybody that's involved. I think it'll be a lot easier this time around for Tyler, just because we do have more people, more eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't know how many people are going to be invited, but still, I think it won't be as many people. So it'll
Yeah.
be, you know what I mean? It'll still be more eyes on less people, so we could all kind of check in. So it's not just
Yeah.
me checking on certain people. You could have like me hydrated and whoever looking at the same person, giving our
Yeah.
feedback, things like that. So I think it'll be fun. Um, what else? What else? What would you say is the hardest part about streaming or content creating for you? What would you say? It's learning new things, trying to edit, like what?
I do struggle a lot with editing, but I think that's more just because my computer sucks, so my software sucks. But trying to make things unique is pretty tough. And finding the drive, like, once I get to a point of, okay, I don't know what to do next, finding the drive to do something next is it's getting tricky, but I gotta push through it.
Agreed. Yeah, I definitely feel like as smaller content creators, it's kind of hard because you can put out the same video as someone else because for every game right now, everything's been done. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
4 corner challenge for Fortnite, one chest, blah blah blah. And then you'll have the people that are like, oh, gaming's not stale. You just gotta find something original or just do something that someone else did and be more creative. I'm like, how do you be more creative with you do four
There's only so
corners and
many
one
things
chest?
you can-
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, so I think it's definitely harder as a smaller creator to do that, but there's definitely things that can be done that I'm sure, even if it's like solo games that you play and things like that, like me and Chris playing Far Cry, I'm sure nobody's gonna make like meme videos out of Far Cry, but then you have Chris driving off a fucking cliff, narrating his whole drive the whole time. You know what I mean? So it's like
It's funny.
things like that I feel like are what can separate certain people, like certain streamers, you know what I mean? So it's things like that.
Yeah.
Oh, hi Chris. What's up?
Hi. Listen, it was content. It was funny.
Hey, Chris, the funniest part was right before you drove off the cliff, Kate laughed about how you were narrating about yourself and then you drove off the cliff. So that's all good. It was No, we laugh here, but see, Iron gets it. So would you say your husband is fully supporting kind of like your backbone?
Yeah, 100%. He's the main person that was like, "Hey, you like if you're gonna stream, you need to do it and like be serious about it. Don't just like throw the game up, not talk, not anything. Like you can do this. You have the ability to do this. You have a fun personality. Be a streamer." And so I did.
There you go. See, I love that. I love that. He's still the cooler Chris, whether he wants to say it or not.
Yeah.
So what are some things you're kind of working on behind the scenes right now? I know you did a couple edits for Outlast and whatnot.
Right now, the biggest behind the scenes is mostly just trying to organize my thoughts and figure out like how I plan on doing things. I haven't gotten that far, but I'm trying. I have a handful of ideas, but I'm not sure how I want to follow through with them without it coming off as like stealing somebody else's content because like we just said you can only go so far with so many things.
Yeah.
But I also want to still be on the unique side of things.
Gotcha. Yep. I see me and Chris, you show us some stuff, your rebrand you got going on. It's kind of cool. So I'm not going to spoil anything. Not going to spoil. But it does
I
look...
do have one more design that I'm working on.
Oh, Chris, you hear that? We get more sneak peeks, Chris. Chris, we love you. It's fine. That's fine.
Nothing but love.
It's all love, I swear. Do you have any questions for me that you would like to know?
What is your biggest motivation when it comes to streaming?
When it comes to streaming, I would say, like we talked about, meeting like-minded people and just trying to grow and and see Chris and listen to Chris's lovely voice every day. No, I wanna... The person that really, I would say the two people that really got me into streaming were Tim the Tatman and Dr. Lupo. So I would say I want to get to the point where Dr. Lupo kind of is, to where he can help raise, a bunch of money for charity and things like that. Like I want to just be able to get to the point where I can help people, whether it be for them or for a charity, and just be somewhere that can be an escape for people to come and talk and just hang out and not have to worry about being judged or anything like that. So I think just hitting the live button, having a couple people come in, even if it's you, Chris, Iron, and we're just all talking, hanging out. I feel like people seeing that will eventually want to talk themselves. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I hate the lurkers aren't people kind of mentality. Because at least they're in the stream, they're pulling it up. They may not be watching, but at least they're there supporting by putting the tab up, Eventually they'll come in.
Yeah.
I lurk streams all the time. That's just because, I'm trying to work on things and I hop in chats, but like just eventually building up the courage to say something in a chat that you're not used to being in, I think is what hurts a lot of people, but like lurkers are people, like Iron said, lurkers are people too, and we love them, we embrace them. But yeah, I want to get to the point where I can eventually, you know, help people. That's why I kind of started this podcast, to let anybody come on, speak their mind, because everybody has a story, but no, you know, not everybody wants to listen. So as long as one person can tell their side of the story, someone else might be going through the same thing.
Right. No, I think that's a pretty solid goal.
Yeah,
'Cause-
so eventually that's where I want to be, you know, get the bigger peoples on and have them talk to.
yeah,
Working our way up, though. Working our way up.
slowly but surely.
Do you have like a motivational quote or song or lyric or something that
This is the one thing I didn't think about. Oh
the
my
one
God.
question that needs to be on the title? Chris, have we taught her nothing?
Listen, I've watched every podcast. It was in my brain.
Oh god.
Let me think. Motivational song. I can't. No music comes to
I
mind.
was gonna say, it doesn't necessarily be like just any lyric, you know, because I resonate a lot with music, and I use lyrics as kind of my backbone when it comes to motivation.
I cannot actively think of anything right now.
We put her on the spot, chat.
So okay, we'll go on like the quote side of things.
Yeah, that's fine.
Uh, it's like a mixture of, you know, everybody has room to grow. There's ups, there's downs, but there's still room to grow. And like taking things step by step, day by day. Just do what you can to make it to the next day. That kind of blur of a mentality, like all of concepts, I guess, all in one.
Yeah,
It's typically what I go by.
just one step at a time, you know. That's the biggest thing. Like you heard it when we were talking to Acorn. It's like you don't have to do the gym, you don't have to eat a diet, you don't have to do all that stuff all at once. It's take one step, either start the gym or do the diet, whatever you want to do, and just take small steps. You don't have to change your whole meal plan. You don't gotta, you know, do all that stuff, but just one step at a time is just, I think, the easiest thing to say to people, but it's also the hardest thing to do. Because then, you know what I mean? Because you feel overwhelmed with everything, so you think you got to get it all done at once. But you're in reality, you just got to take that step back and be like, wait a second, I could do this day.
That is something, like, when I get an idea of something to do in my head, I need it to be done. I need it then and there. As soon as I start, I was like, okay, give me the finished product. So a lot of days I have to remind myself, like, it's gonna take some time. Steps. You'll get there.
Yep.
Just slowly.
Exactly. Well, what advice would you give to someone just starting in the streaming world?
Don't worry about the numbers. The numbers kill a lot of motivation and a lot of the drive to keep going. And really they're not it. You can have 100 viewers, but none of them actively following or like supporting you. Like I said, lurkers are real.
Right.
They're genuine. They also help, but like if you focus on the numbers and you see anything drop, then you get disheartened and don't want to keep going if you think your numbers are going to continue to drop. Or you'll get too caught up in your head and try to change things and stress yourself out more and just like throw off your whole rhythm, when at the end of the day, it's not the numbers, it's the community that you build.
Correct. Absolutely. You know, definitely, I would agree. Don't look at the numbers, especially while you're streaming, because you could see something drop off real quick and it'll change the mood of the stream just like that. You know, especially, I'm not like, it's not throwing shade, but I feel like like Twitch is probably, you know, it's hard to maintain anything over there just because of how many people are there, you know?
Yeah. It's definitely an oversaturated site, but
like that, like I know Kick's all for like the small streamer and whatnot, but you know they still push the bigger streamers and people like that. But I just feel like there's more discoverability just because there isn't as many people on Kick than there is Twitch.
Right.
So when you see your numbers do really good one day and then really bad the next, it could just be one bad day. But I feel like on Twitch, you have one bad day, you're thinking, oh, nobody wants to come to my stream. They found another small streamer that's gonna, you know, kind of take all my viewers, or, oh, the boob streamer took my viewers.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
um I would definitely say networking too is like even if you're not streaming and you're thinking about streaming, you could definitely network before you stream. Just go into
Hmm.
chats, find people that are just like you, talk to them. Get involved in their community, and eventually, when you start streaming, those people could come over. Things like
Yeah.
that. I feel like networking is probably the biggest thing that you could do as a streamer.
Mhm. That's one thing that I was definitely lacking in towards the beginning, which it took a lot out of me at first, because at that point I was looking at the numbers and wondering why I wasn't growing, but didn't fully grasp the concept of what all I needed to do.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's hard because you think, especially I think with trying to get affiliate on Twitch is the viewers. You need to average the 3 viewers or
Yeah.
whatever for the affiliate. So I feel like that's harder than getting the followers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if for anybody new, anybody starting out, just don't look at the numbers. If you want to check them a week in, that's fine. Just don't do it and don't get disheartened when you don't see the numbers you want. It's going to take some time. It's going to take a lot of networking. You just got to find the right people, get in the right communities, join discords, things
Mhm.
like that. Just make friends. That's all streaming is. We're just trying
Yeah,
to we're just trying to make virtual friends that you might never see,
exactly.
even though it is what it is. Um yeah. What else? What else? What else? I don't think I really have anything else. Is there anything else you want to talk about
Uh,
that you would like to bring up?
no, not really.
No? All right.
I think I covered all the bases that I was thinking about,
Except one, I forgot about that one, but it's okay.
except one.
Yeah, you forgot about it, but then it took you
Oh,
20
the
minutes.
quote. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. That'll be my quote. Just it's fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine. I'm just gonna put he as your YouTube thumbnail with your
Yeah.
with your little character and put that as the
Oh my
thumbnail.
god.
Well, here, this isn't a motivational question, but is there any games you're looking forward to that are coming out?
That are coming out. I haven't really seen much that's piqued my interest.
Or
Just really anything like that's story based. That's not a whole lot of fighting because I'm not good at fighting. But I'll give it a try. But
Kate's a lover, not a fighter. Chat, lover, not a
yeah.
fighter. She
Yep.
she tries to give everybody a hug in Fortnite. She's our bait.
Yeah. I just want to be their friends.
Um, all right. Well, okay. Again, also not motivational question. Can you explain Stardew Valley to me? Like, I don't understand the
Okay.
fuck that even is.
So it is like a simulation kind of game.
Mm.
Your grandfather dies, and it goes,
Whoa.
"Here, have my farm. Fix it."
Okay.
So move to this town. You build the farm up. You get to mine, kill monsters, make friends with the community. And it can be nerve-wracking depending on how seriously you want to take it. um, but you're given like challenges to do and different like things you have to beat to be able to progress. You unlock parts of the map. You can. I haven't gotten that far, but you can marry somebody that's in the town. Um, you can make a friend that lives down in the sewers, and I guess you can marry him too.
Is it a rat? Does he have the Ninja
And
Turtles down there?
no, it's like this, like I don't even. It kind of looks like a glob, but not like lumpy. It has structure, but
Oh,
it's nothing.
good, good, good.
I think his name is Krobus.
That sounds about right. That sounds
Anyway,
like a
but
sewer dweller.
yeah, but you can farming, taking care of animals. You can do fishing. If you play multiplayer, your farm is like a little extra bigger, so your friends can join you
Oh.
on the farm. There's 3 technically different like mines that you can go in. Well, 4 if you want to count a volcano, because you can go into a volcano, and at the top of that, like you can upgrade your tools and stuff.
Yeah.
There's like a whole nother
What
part
up, freshen
of
up?
the map that is just an island. To eventually, you have to find golden walnuts. because the parrots that live on the island like the walnuts.
Interesting.
And that's like the money to be able
Oh,
to
okay,
buy
gotcha.
the certain things that you need to get. But yeah, overall it's more of a one of those calmer, like, you can spend years on it. Well, maybe not years. I would lose my mind if I played it for years. But like, I played it for 2 months straight and got to year 3.
Yeah, that sounds
So
like too much work for me. I don't have the capacity for that.
it's definitely a time filler.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's the
definitely one of
main
those.
thing.
I feel like it's like a 2D Animal Crossing but no animals.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, at least we're on the same page. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Chris said, do a number check each month. See where you got more viewers, which games did better, what times. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, always.
Yeah, checking analytics is important, but watching the numbers daily is tough.
Yeah. And I definitely feel like playing larger games kind of hurts you as well. I mean, it sucks because you could enjoy them, but I feel like that also hurts too because that's what a lot of the bigger people are playing. So.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people like COD, especially recently. Obviously not like shitting on people who play COD.
Yeah.
If you're having fun with it, have fun with it. But I feel like almost every streamer that I am, so it's in my opinion.
Yeah.
But some of the clips are pretty funny, which I like to laugh. But like a lot of the bigger games of that, they do get oversaturated, and it's harder to get the numbers
Yeah.
that than it is if you play some random indie game.
Yeah, which I think is why it's good to, as a kind of a smaller streamer as well, is to kind of focus on variety. You know, definitely see where you can get the most viewers, whether it be an indie game, you know, things like that. Which, and honestly, it keeps things fresh. Like I don't get bored as much as I used to just playing Apex every day. I don't rage as much as I used to. You know.
Yeah.
Like if you watched me like pre-kick, you could ask Chris. I was raging every day because all I was doing was playing Apex, and like it was bringing down the mood and like things like that. And then I made the switch, and I no longer play Apex, and I'm happy. So it's
Fair enough.
or I.
Yeah. You were so annoying.
That's valid. That is fair. I was very annoying. I hated myself.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
started with Fortnite, and as you know, I'm not the best at it.
Nope.
So doing that for multiple hours on end, I would get to the point where it was like, okay, I've gotten, 70th place 4 times in a row now. I'm my mind. It would just make me angry.
Yeah.
So then I switched to, I think I did GTA right after that. I did a GTA playthrough. I did a Stranded Deep playthrough. I did God of War, which was a lot of fun. And then that's when I realized, like, I like the story-based games.
Yeah.
Just something different from Fortnite. But I did Fortnite for like 4 months, every stream. And at that point, trying to grow, I was streaming every day.
Yeah.
Except for the weekend. And there were some days, because that's when my kid was still napping in the afternoon, I would stream in the afternoon too. So I'd have 2 streams a day,
Yeah.
5 days a week. I was losing my mind.
That's another thing too for people that are just starting is I just put water on myself. You don't wanna stream every day. You know, Kick and Twitch and whatever you stream on, that's not how you're gonna grow. You got to get yourself out there on other platforms. You got to get yourself on. I would say now more than anything is YouTube Shorts. I feel like TikTok is in a weird spot right now.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't break 400 views whenever I post literally anything, no matter what time of day I post.
Yeah.
But I would say definitely YouTube Shorts. Get yourself out on YouTube, whether it be short form or long form content. But yeah, I grew my channel on Phasma, but once I got a better computer, I switched to a multitude of games. I've started seeing growth more and more after switching from Phasma. Yeah, exactly. And like, it's not like you can't go back to Phasma and play. You know, it's just switching it up. Even TikTok's bigger creators are complaining about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like TikTok is just weird right now. Like no matter what time of day you post, you get 400 views.
I feel like right now they're pushing more of the TikTok shop than anything, which is the most annoying thing. I've gotten the same ad for one product at least 10 times, like within, we'll say, 10 minutes of scrolling. It's the most annoying thing.
Yeah, I get the GLD ones a lot. It's like I don't wear jewelry, bud. Get away from me. I don't. I'm good. I don't need to. Yeah, so I definitely think right now. Hi, Ken.
Hi, Ken.
All right, chat. Do you guys have any questions for Kate? And while you guys think, I'll talk about how bad TikTok is. Horror is where I grew, then I switched up to more variety. It was a hit or miss until I had to stop. Oh, Kinetic has a question. Oh, no. How is she so pretty? Stop. Stop it.
I got it from my mom.
Are we talking about Kate or the cat?
Yes. She got it from her mom. How much for the cat? Don't bite me.
All right, she's not my cat anymore. All right, where are you wanting to see yourself go by the end of the year?
By the end of the year, I would like to be partnered with at least one company. Ideally Respawn, because that's the only one I have like a decent amount of experience with, and I have a product that's gonna last. But I'm also not opposed to like attempting to branch out and seeing what all I have as options and what all I can offer. Space Panda is where it's at. My husband loved those gummies. He enjoyed them very much. I took one fat nap with them.
Hey, no, hey, 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 no promoting that in here.
I'm not.
Not you, her. Bad. Freshen up, drink freshen up, right now. Nah, my thrift store 110 is finally dying after 2 years of owning, and however many more use overall. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means.
His chair.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you got that. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can use code Titan to get a new one. I love how he yells the name. Kate!
Looking to branch yourself out to new genres of gaming and entertainment? Absolutely. I want to test a little bit of everything. I mean, I already know like Overwatch, Apex, COD. I am garbage at, and it is not a fun kind of garbage. It genuinely makes me want to cry. So like those games are out of the question, but other various any game really, I thoroughly enjoy, and I would love to try new things. Interested in D&D TTRPG participation? Yes, I would be quite interested. I'm having a lot of fun with Tiny Tina's. So
Oh yeah, Tiny Tina's fun.
I think that's
love.
like a good. I do a lot. Somehow I'm relatively good at shooting with that game, and I don't understand because any other shooter game in that perspective, I can't.
To be fair, I don't think the bullets go where they're supposed to in that game though. So
No, probably not. I think that I have that advantage there.
so I think it works in your favor. All right, Ken said, any goals besides wanting to be partnered with at least one company?
I do have a handful of like follower goals and like number wise, just to be able to see that growth, but I'm not like super set on hitting them. I think I would like to just like on a personal level, I'd like to have a solid community um of people that like want to come over and hang out and like spend a couple hours in the and have fun and get to know each other and all that. But also like just grow within myself. Um Between streaming and like my personal mentality of a lot more mental health kind of oriented paths. There we go. That's the word.
Yeah, I think, I set goals for like each thing that I have, but I feel like just seeing them increase even just a little bit is always a big win, because that means you at least met some new people. You had a little bit of growth, whether it doesn't need to be huge, but just having some sort of goal to set,
Yeah.
I think is always good too. Just so you have something to achieve and you're not just, I saw that, just so you have something to achieve. And that way you're just not coming on to stream every day,
Yeah. No, and one of the items of merch that I dropped, like the design is it's like a flower with growth underneath it. And that's a lot of where my mindset and like inspiration is for this year in general is just growing. Um for me personally, that's like I said, it's more on the mental health side of things.
Yeah.
doing whatever I can to make my life more positive instead of dwelling on the negative things. Um, in this, like, I made that for anybody else going through the same concept of just wanting to be better and to work on themselves. Um, just because growth is important. Like I said earlier, everybody has room to grow, and sometimes all it takes is one person to help you through that, or
Yep.
see a direction you could take with it.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Chris said again. Chris has so many questions. Would you be interested in doing a co-op stream game? Co-op stream. Would you be interested in doing co-op stream games with your husbando?
That's what Super calls them.
If they're interested in being in the limelight. Chris.
He
I know you're back there, Chris.
He's playing Red Dead Redemption. He was interested at first, but this was before I did the camera thing.
Hi, Chris.
But he's not big on being on the camera, which is fine. But I mean, like, he is the reason I'm playing video games to begin with. So, like, I would love to involve him more, but also with his work schedule and everything, he would get maybe an hour
Yeah,
at most with my streams
that's fair.
before he has to go to bed and sleep.
That's fair. That's fair. So what kind of games do you guys play when you're not streaming or like anything at all?
Well, we started with Need for Speed Heat. He's like, we're pretty heavy into like the racing games. But I think that's the only one that I have, and I haven't touched my PlayStation in a while. We were doing GTA Online for a little while, but for whatever like, he could go into his settings and turn off the voice chat for other people so they couldn't, like, we didn't have to listen to them. But for whatever reason, I couldn't, and I could not tolerate listening to the 12-year-olds screaming about, you hit me with your car, why did you shoot me, things like that. We did It Takes Two, which it took a lot longer than it's taking us.
Well, if someone didn't fall off the map 15 times.
25. We do Fortnite. That's our big thing. We play a lot of Monopoly. But yeah, mostly he's been, I don't want to say focusing on, because that makes him sound like only gaming, but like he's been really grinding on like the Assassin's Creed Mirage. Now it's Red Dead Redemption, because that was suggested to me the other day, and he goes, "Ooh, I can get that for free. I'm gonna play that." So that's what he's doing.
Hi, Chris.
I had that since it first came out.
I know you had it when it first came out, but you just started playing it again.
Yeah.
Titan says hi.
Hi.
Chris, come say hi. I want to see your face.
He wants to see you.
You don't want to be seen.
Sad.
He does not want to be seen.
Sad. Big sad. Do you guys play board games too? Like, what are some of your favorite board games?
Oh, we have a lot of board games.
Yo, same.
I think this upcoming weekend, I have a whole table that's like off. Various types of Monopoly. We love Monopoly.
Same.
We have a handful of different like games, like the TV show based. We like I can't think of what they're called, but they're like you get a crime scene and you have to solve it.
Clue?
Not Clue. It's some type of investigation. Like
Oh.
case
I think I know what
something.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of Cards Against Humanity.
Love those.
We love that game. I have a lot of the expansion packs. So
Same.
my parents bought it before they were doing the red, green, and blue boxes.
Yeah.
And I think they were just like they were shapes or something like that, or just 1, 2, 3, those expansions. But then Cards Against Humanity changed things up, so I'm missing like half of each box
Nice.
because of how they mixed things up and separated things. So I don't know which one that is I need. But I have a whole bunch of like the little expansion packs. My dad got me some more for Christmas. We have off-brand ones that are for Friends and The Office. And we have the bigger, blacker box, which has more cards in it.
Yep.
And it has 2 secret cards in it.
Oh, well, I have the
So-
Disney one too. There's like a whole big Disney block.
I want the Disney one.
It's not as good. My girlfriend just got the Everything Bagel box, and let me tell you.
I like the it's like the absurd box
Yeah.
because the cards are textured. They're all wavy.
Let's see. I have the nerd pack. I have the period pack. I have the '90s pack. But even all of those combined, they're not as bad as the Everything Bagel. There's
Yeah.
literally one card that almost made my girlfriend vomit, and it was one of the white cards. And I win every time because somehow I always get it. So the white card says, chat, this is gross. So if you don't, just block your ears, okay? It says, drinking period clots through a boba straw.
Ew. That's nasty.
That's the white card. I put it down every time. It wins immediately because everybody wants to vomit. Doesn't matter what card's being played. If that Chris goes, no.
I think I need that box.
Yeah,
I
it's
think that's
good.
one of
It's pretty
the
good.
bigger ones on my list. No, I have the 90s, 2000s, nerd. I think just one holiday pack. I have the weed pack, the period pack. And there's another one that I can't think of, but I have a lot of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's at the point where I either have packs and just double up, or I'm screwed. But no, one of my cards, like, if you lay it down, every time it wins, no matter what the black card is. I love Hot Pockets, and most of the time, with the black card, it just fits in the body. So.
What was it? You cut out. Your mic cut out. I missed it.
Hot Pockets.
Oh, I like Hot Pockets.
They are pretty good. My favorite combination is the black card is blank High Five Pro. The white card has to be chainsaws for hands.
Nice.
So it's
My
chainsaws for
girlfriend's favorite one is Dick Fingers.
hands.
That's my girlfriend's favorite.
I like that one.
So another funny thing that happens whenever we play Cards Against Humanity, whenever it has to do with like what's in my vagina or my vagina is, like, my girlfriend always gets that and then always picks my mom's card, so it's kind of weird.
That's why we don't play with my dad, because everything is just.
Oh, it's so funny. And last time we played on New Year's, my mom got the card and then picked my girlfriend's card, so it was kind of funny. It's like, I don't need to know what y'all keep in your vaginas. Like, I don't need to know this.
We played once with my dad, and I think somebody put down something about my sex life is, and so he heard the card, looked at my husband and I, and was like, you know what? I'm gonna go outside. You guys can play with that lady. It's like, I wasn't gonna play anything.
We had my grandma playing on New Year's, so that's cool. Yeah, she didn't know what she was doing, but she played some good cards and won, actually. It was pretty good. It was pretty fun. My grandma's a badass. She will not play Uno with me, though, because the one time I gave her 300 points in one hand.
Oh my god. My mom's side, we love Uno. I have like 3 or 4 decks all put together because there's a lot of us. So when we play, it's like we can actually play and not already be out of the deck to pick
Yeah,
up.
you gotta get No Mercy Uno.
Oh, I just saw something about that the other day.
Yeah, we played that on New Year's. There's +6, +10. The wild card isn't just a wild, it's a wild with a frowny face on it. So the way it works is I'll play it, and if you're next, you gotta pick a color before you draw the cards.
Oh.
And then you gotta keep picking cards from the draw deck until you get that color. Every card you picked goes into your hand.
That is evil.
Yeah, it's great.
I love it.
It's great. So you could play like the normal way with points, or you could do, if you get 25 cards in your hand, you're out. So like if you give so we did that the first game. My mom was out before she even took a turn.
Oh.
Because the way it works is you stack. So like my grandma played a +4, I played a +4, my girlfriend played a +4, and then my mom's fiance played a +4. She didn't have one, so she got +20.
Oh.
It was literally
Oh,
out
that is
before the game
awful.
even started. 1000% increases in facts. Big facts.
Oh.
Tables are flipped.
Yeah. Cards are thrown.
It's
like
madness.
Ninja cards thrown into the wall. It's a fun time.
Yeah, it's madness. There's fists flying. It's great. I love it.
Mhm.
Best time. All right, Chad. If you guys do not have any more questions, I think that'll do it for our podcast. If you want to go ahead and tell everybody your socials, things like that, where they can find you, all that stuff.
It's all kinds of a variation of Y2. Some places are dashes between all of it. Some places are dots. My Twitter is not dashes. My Twitter is Y_8, but most places you should just be Y2K and it'll show you my face eventually. I'm on pretty much everything. I think other than like Live Space, I think it's called.
I don't know.
And I have 2 accounts on TikTok. One of them I try to gear specifically towards the gaming and streaming aspect of things. The other's kind of just for fun that I forget about a lot.
I think it's just her. I think it's her side.
Let me turn this into a video. That might help. But yeah, so just Y2K of any. I do have a Kick. I don't stream on it because I switched at one point, and I want to get into multi-streaming, but I know my computer would die if I tried. So we're just gonna hold off on that until I can get some upgrades.
Nice. So in case you didn't get that, chat, go to Twitch, follow Y2K right now.
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, she would greatly appreciate it. There's no threats involved yet. Yet. All right, so that's gonna do it for our podcast. I appreciate you coming out. Appreciate you hanging out.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Same thing, coming out, hanging out. Whatever. Yeah. So everybody, that's Kate. That'll do it for episode 1, and this will be on YouTube probably Thursday.
Sweet.
See ya.
Bye.